and welcome to Quincy in Focus, Quincy Access TV's news magazine show. My name is Jonathan Caleri, and I'm the Executive Director here at Quincy Access TV. We begin this episode with the swearing in of the new President of the Quincy City Council, Councilor at Large Noel DeBona. He was elected to serve as President for the next 2 years for the body. During the ceremony, DeBona spoke about his goals for the Council and his desire to keep the city moving forward.
Take a look through the windows tonight. See the beautiful lights throughout the Hancock Adams Common? Stunning historical monuments and statues, water fountains, and a place where people can come to enjoy events, activities with family and friends throughout the year. I share that same vision with Mayor Tom Koch. We're both visionaries. We're in different roles. He is the CEO of the city. He runs the day-to-day operations, the executive body of government, and we are the legislative body. Together, we can work to make Quincy better. We have to maintain a first-class Quincy public school system and continue to take advantage of the funding for our new schools with the MSBA program, like Quincy High School, Central and Southwest Middle Schools, and moving forward with a new Squantum Elementary in the near future. I look forward to working with Public Buildings Commissioners Hines, with school improvements at our other schools and the completion of the new Richard DeCristofaro Special Education Center, our first ever in-house facility for our special education students. I look forward to a new public safety headquarters and continue to have a working relationship with Chief Keenan and the Quincy Police Department, Chief Jackson and the Quincy Fire Department, and giving those departments the proper resources so they can keep our citizens safe. This city has so much to offer our citizens, like the Thomas Crane Public Library, our Council on Aging Kennedy Center, and a fantastic recreation program for our kids throughout the year. I see Michelle Hanley back there. Thank you. I look forward in continuing to work with Natural Resources Commissioner Murphy with purifications of parks, new playgrounds, tree removals, and new tree plantings, as well as pond and beach restorations. Continuing to work with DPW Commissioner Gracioso for a massive overhaul of infrastructure improvements of new roads, sidewalks, water mains, sewer replacements, and seawalls. We're very fortunate here in Quincy. We continue to remember and honor our military veterans. We have nice parades and veteran ceremonies. We work with veterans organizations and volunteer to maintain flag islands. And we have great events like We Thrift America. This is the legislative body of government. We oversee the management of the city. We pass and amend ordinances. We bring forth resolutions. We review, cut, and approve annual budgets. We respond to constituent needs and ultimately represent the interests of the residents. The big three committees will be chaired by Chuck Phelan for the Finance Committee. Ordinance will be chaired by Dave McCarthy, and Brian Palmucci will chair the Oversight Committee. We are in our 22nd month of the COVID-19 pandemic and going into the new year with challenges ahead of us. It is affecting our lives and altered the way we live every day. Hopefully, it will make a turn for the better. I want to thank my family, my wife Neve, and the kids for all their support. Thank you to QATV, Patriot Ledger, the Quincy Sun for the communications for the public. You guys do a great job. Serving as a Quincy City Councilor is a unique role in city government, a special fraternity of 6 ward councilors and 3 at-large councilors. Many served before us. Many will serve after us. Let's make a difference and be remembered for many generations after us. In closing, thank you to my fellow city councilors. I appreciate your confidence in me as the next Quincy City Council President. Thank you.
A groundbreaking ceremony was recently held to begin construction of the MBTA's new bus maintenance facility in Quincy. Located at the site of the former Lowe's on Bergen Parkway, the facility will replace the current 100-year-old location on Hancock Street next to Veterans Memorial Stadium. In attendance for the ceremony were Governor Charlie Baker, Senator Elizabeth Warren, Representative Stephen Lynch, Mayor Thomas Koch, and other state and elected officials.
I'm pleased to be here today to acknowledge and welcome the federal investments in the MBTA that are part of the bipartisan infrastructure law This law will deliver $2.2 billion in MBTA formula funds over the next 5 years, with $1.6 billion already programmed and $580 million intended for new projects. $420 million from the BIL is meant for stations and facility improvements, like the project here at the new Quincy bus maintenance facility. This is a critical component of our modernization program. It's going to replace a 104-year-old garage with a completely modern, state-of-the-art facility that's going to be the first garage in our system to accommodate a fleet of zero-emission battery electric buses.
Everybody's got to be working together. Everybody's got to play on the same team. And when it comes to actually bidding on a lot of the competitive money that the general manager mentioned, of which there are also billions of dollars of opportunity for us here in Massachusetts, the same teamwork will be required to be successful there. We've always done really well on making sure we get our fair share, so-called, of competitive grant and competitive bid opportunities. I have no doubt that will continue to be the story as we go forward, because we have a really good team on the field and we have terrific partners at the federal level. But the bottom line is this facility is the first of what will be many as the MBTA goes through the process of completely transforming its bus fleet away from diesel-based and fossil fuel-based powered vehicles to an entirely electric fleet. And that is, for all of us here in the Commonwealth, a very good story and very good news.
These projects, these investments need the work and together teamwork with community stakeholders, identifying, scoping projects, and making sure we can accelerate the pipeline that we have planned together. We are here today in Quincy to celebrate this new bus maintenance facility because it represents the kind of meaningful capital investments that the Baker-Polito administration and the MBTA can and will make to improve reliability and service throughout our entire network with these resources.
We need to replace our diesel transit and school buses as soon as possible, because we know that the same things that cause climate change also create severe public health problems disproportionately in Black and brown and most vulnerable communities. And diesel buses are often the biggest polluters in these neighborhoods. I am glad to see that the T is focusing on this. And let's keep in mind, it's not just about replacing old, unreliable vehicles. It's about doing things in a new way, in a better way.
Everyone had the best interests of our Commonwealth. Everyone knew the importance of climate change resiliency and getting us to a greener and a cleaner transportation system. Unfortunately for us, we have the oldest transportation infrastructure in the country. But that does give us a wealth of knowledge and a highly skilled workforce.
You know, I want to thank the one guy who's been through all of this, and it's Mayor Koch, who has been a real staunch advocate for the T. We know how important the T is. We agreed to have 4 stations in the city of Quincy. And it was a commitment to public transportation that put those 4 stations in this city. And now moving to electric buses that can't fit in the old maintenance facility, we stand in what will be the game-changing move to electric buses. So with that, I'm excited, and I look forward to the day when the first electric bus comes in.
Massachusetts truly is a model on how to operate in a bipartisan way. If it's a good idea, it's a good idea. It doesn't have to be a Democrat or Republican idea. So, Governor, I thank you. I know we got some months to go, and I hope we have some more projects to talk about in Quincy, but I thank you for all you've done for Massachusetts, particularly for Quincy.
After a delayed opening, General's Bridge in Quincy Center is now open to traffic. The road, which connects Bergen Parkway to General Dunford Drive, was an important piece in the downtown revitalization plan. Mayor Thomas Koch, Governor Charlie Baker, and retired Air Force Brigadier General Ronald Rand cut the ribbon to open traffic, with General Rand given the honor of being the first car to travel over the new road.
Up to 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. The governor directed it. It worked.
Not have happened without Governor Baker and the support of the legislature. So we wanted to get him out here to do the official ribbon cutting and to thank him once again. He was doing the 911, the 9/11 rather memorial that day of the dedication. I know he was a little torn, but he had to represent the entire state. I think the greatest governor in the United States, I'm not exaggerating, he knows how to work with people, he knows how to put things together, he knows how to lead, so thank you, Governor, very, very much.
I'm sorry I missed it, but it was a day of special remembrance, I think, for all of us. And what makes this one, this particular project so important is it's also a remembrance to a great city that over the course of many years has produced a tremendous number of very important leaders who have made an enormous difference in the success of both democracy and the country.
The Quincy Public Schools and Quincy College recently held a ceremony to congratulate the first participants of the Early College High School Pathway Program. The program provides an opportunity to earn college credits while still in high school at no cost to the student. The students were also given a surprise by Quincy College President Richard DeCristofaro, a one-year full tuition scholarship to Quincy College.
One of the most effective strategies that we've come across over the last 10 years is early college partnerships, where high schools, as you all know, and a higher education partner come together to offer classes in parallel and college credits, and we all know what it does. But it takes money to launch and expand a program like this. So State Street's been able to provide $1.3 million in supporting these partnerships that involve both the two Quincy high schools as well as two Boston high schools. So
I was one of you. One of you. When I went to North Quincy High School in 1967, I had other priorities other than college. It was a mistake on my part. And every time I walked into the guidance office to get an address to fill out an application for a college, Mrs. Curry, the guidance counselor, would throw me out and say, "You're not college material. Out." That's a true story. And that happened multiple times. Well, Mrs. Curry, you were a little bit wrong, because I had the support from two basketball coaches, actually, to lead me to Quincy College. Associate's degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree. Why? Because I had the support that it needed to move on, that you can do this, this is how. Never did I ever think that that would happen. 42 years in public education, Teacher of the Year in 1979 in the city of Boston. Went on, became the principal at Central Middle School, principal at Quincy High School, because I had the support in those areas as well, including Dr. DeCristofaro standing behind us here. What's important is as you move on in life, you have the support that's there. If you have the right mindset and the right people behind you, anything can happen. You may not be valedictorians, but you will graduate with a set of values.
Because of your accomplishments this year as early college high school students, because State Street Foundation has invested so much in your futures, along with colleagues from RTI, because the Quincy Public Schools guided and educated you in preparation for graduation, because this city, our city, and this city college values its students and its families and esteemed educational ideals. And because we all have such confidence in each and every one of you, our Board of Governors and college leadership team have decided to award you all full tuition scholarships for your first pathway year at Quincy College, up to 24 credits from an associate's degree. And it's simple, because we believe in you. Congratulations to you all.
Quincy is now home to a new professional sports franchise, the New England Free Jacks rugby team. The Free Jacks, who will call Veterans Memorial Stadium home, are a member of a 13-team Major League Rugby league. Founded in 2018, Major League Rugby is the highest level of rugby in North America. Free Jacks owner Alex Magleby spoke about the team and their excitement to call Quincy home.
Now, in 2018, we set out to create a world-class sports entertainment company. That the aim is to help build better local communities through events that inspire and bring joy. You see, we believe that sports is transcendent, sport in general, but also because of our unique experiences, that rugby itself is a perfect medium for doing that. There's a long sporting legacy here in a great venue, where Quincy and North Quincy High student athletes have long gone out there and used sport as education to improve their lives. We really look forward to having, soon enough, a Quincy and a North Quincy girls and boys varsity program competing for an MIA championship and helping to support something like that happen. That's important to us. After we played here in July, 315,000 households had their eyes on veterans through cable TV that night. As you walked up the park, you could smell the barbecue. You saw friends catching up with old friends, kids running around, people meeting new friends. Just an awesome experience. We decided, you know what? We want to be a part of Quincy, its sporting legacy, its fantastic business community. So we decided to move offices. We're now just right next door, 1400 Hancock, in a city that has a tremendous vision, strong and healthy vision, led by the mayor, to make this a world-class city, and we're really excited to be a part of it.
Rugby itself, I love the game. I think that's important for everyone to know. I love rugby. And I say that not just because of the game itself, for the nuances of it, but really for what it's taught me and how it's grown me as a person. I think that's what I'm into. I was an educator before I got into coaching. So I'm really interested in how games develop people and grow people. I just see it as a massive role. I'm excited for what the Free Jacks can do in the city of Quincy. I'm excited for how we can add to the game. We've got a saying at the Free Jacks is, we ride together. And I just am excited to see the fans and the people of Quincy and New England just joining us in that ride.
And Quincy has moved on from just that sleepy community next to Boston. We've really come into our own. And you mentioned it, we're becoming a world-class city, and we have a great assets, historical assets, architectural assets, cultural assets, and this adds to that cultural sporting asset, I would say. So it's another great opportunity for the people of Quincy and surrounding area to enjoy this great city. And with that, I know you guys will be living here. You have your operation here. You also bring economic value to it. And I know our friends of the Marriott are here as well, the official hotel for you guys. And we're thrilled. They're a great partner in all we do in the city. And I do want to acknowledge my Commissioner of Natural Resources and his team. I know they're looking forward to liven up the stadium as well. Veterans Memorial Stadium, mentioned, was built with the WPA. And the tradition of generation after generation serving this nation in the military is a story in itself. So to play in that beautiful venue and the meaning that has, and the various men and women that have played different sports in that stadium is pretty cool. So we officially welcome you. We look forward to many, many great years of success. Thanks so much.
Each November, the Quincy Police Department holds No Shave November for its officers, an opportunity to grow beards to raise money for charity. This year, Chief Paul Keenan extended No Shave through January, and a shave-off event was held at Alda Barbershop in Quincy. The event raised $500 for Cops for Kids with Cancer.
Okay, we're here at Alda Barbershop down here in Quincy Point. doing the shave off for No Shave November. Each year, the last couple of years, the Chiefs extended it into December and January so that we're able to raise some more money and raise more awareness for cancer. The last couple of years, we did Cops for Kids with Cancer. I'm Officer Greg Hartnett from the Quincy Police Department. I'm here with Captain Rick McCusker. He's going to talk a little bit about the charity Cops for Kids with Cancer.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank everyone from Alder for coming in this morning, giving up their time to do the shave off for us. We appreciate that very much. This is our second year with Alder, and it means a lot to us that they come in on a Sunday and give up their time. So, yeah, Cops for Kids with Cancer, great charity. We've been with them probably about 5 years now, I think, and they're a great charity. A lot of volunteer, a lot of Boston cops, and they just do a lot of great work for the kids that are unfortunate enough to be stricken with cancer. So we feel very strongly about donating to that charity. Have a bunch of guys coming in this morning, in and out as they're working, or they come in on their day off, and they get their beard or goatee shaved, whatever they were allowed to grow this time, from their significant others. But it's a great time. We missed last year because of COVID. It's unfortunate, but we're back again this year, and it's a really fun time for us.
Granite Telecommunications recently held its annual Saving by Shaving event and raised $5 million for Boston Children's Hospital. After a year off last year due to COVID, the event was back in full force this year. Participating were Governor Charlie Baker, Mayor Thomas Koch, and Patriots players Mac Jones, David Andrews, Kyle Van Noy, and former players Matt Light and Joe Andruzzi.
Before I conclude, I'm going to give the microphone to Governor Baker. As I mentioned, he's put us on the map. We're indebted to him. Thank you for all you've done for us, Governor Baker.
Thank you very much. I'm just going to say two things. First is, I want to thank everybody at Granite for year after year showing up, getting cut, and making big donations and contributions to organizations that really matter in the saving lives of people here in the Commonwealth and around the world. The second thing I want to say is how much I appreciate the chance to spend a little time making fun of guys who are a lot bigger than me, who seem to have exactly the right attitude and sense of humor about all this. And Mac Jones, you better get your damn haircut before you leave.
To my teammates, to our distinguished guests, most of all, Kevin, because you're going to take this money and you're going to make the world a better place. To all of my teammates, all of our teammates who came here this morning, and hundreds more who are going to conclude as we move on. This money is going to go to Children's Hospital to check for $5 million. Thank you for all you've done, and Kevin, now please take this money and make the world a better place.
That's all for this edition of Quincy in Focus. On our next episode, we'll highlight some new eco-friendly ways that the city's Department of Natural Resources use to clean grounds around the Beechwood Knolls section of Quincy. For more information about Quincy Access Television, or if you're interested in becoming a member, visit our website at qatv.org or give us a call at 617-376-1440. My name's Jonathan Clary, and thanks for watching this edition of Quincy in Focus.
Thank you.